I ended the last video by talking about consistency, and it made me take pause. And the nice thing is that you're not working alone, or hopefully you're not working alone, because even though my husband hasn't exactly told me what, I know he's going to help me in the process. And a lot of times I do something and then I redo something. It never used to be like that. But every time that you learn something new or you make a mistake and you have to go back and do it again, you learn something from it. Not just like don't make mistakes, but every one of those you learn something. Thomas Edison, my husband, reminded me, he said that he found, I can't remember how many times to make a light bulb, and he found out that how many times weren't you discouraged, people asked, and he said, no, I found out 101 ways not to make a light bulb, something like that. I'm definitely not quoting it correctly. Anyway, I wanted to show you this too, because sometimes there's something that's written out. Other times it's just the abbreviation, so it's easier and it's not long. And the shorter the URL and the more concise it is, the less likely it will break. Okay, so that's kind of some HTML coding. So if I put in homegrown and I just start typing www, it comes up. So here it is the way it was. And my husband, because I was talking about this with others, make sure it's consistent about, you want to make sure about that. So he had me go back too, because having things numbered is so beneficial. So here it is I redid this one as well, but I wanted to show you something else about a plugin. So just so you know, we have a whole course and we're going to do more videos in that. And I did a search to see where is that plugin, but it's right here, a great plugin to have, which helps to build your WordPress website. So you want to have this one, is a must, because this cover is in the process of being done. I have another series on that. If you want to do design, I just started one about design, and then many things I've learned on designing book covers and things. So we're still in the process of it right now. Number one is the best. So I was able to swap it out. I'm sorry, let me get back to the replacing media. I was able to swap it out because it posted originally with this one. This was the last picture that we were using, Wise Woman in Waiting. This is the one that Adina is beautifully working on. So instead of coming in and looking for it or uploading a new one, you go to the original, you find the original, and then you go ahead and you upload it. And it ask things like, do you want to replace it? I definitely do want to replace it. No question at all. So it has been updated. That means that I can go back to the site. Well, there it is. Look how beautiful that is. Gorgeous. And then I can go back and visit the site now. And now, instead of seeing the old one here, we'll talk about navigation too, how important it is. Since this is a youth, here's a perfect place to show it. It's also not, well, here we go. So here's this one. This got in there. There's a new plugin. Do you see how narrow this is? And this is to help with the phone, but there is a new plugin that's going to remedy this. But if I go now to the opening heaven, then we'll see, oh, well, there we go, because the link is incorrect. That's perfect to come up. So I'll show you now. I do know this is the right one. That is always the problem in changing a URL, a link. Now, before I made the mistake of doing that, and this is interesting because it's not showing this picture. What that means is that the picture that was there, it was using another one than the one that was up there. Hopefully that makes sense. So if I come here and click on this one, it's actually taking to another picture. So I'm going to need to stop this video, go ahead and correct this in the back end. But now I know too that the picture, there's several of a wise woman in waiting, and therefore it I uploaded and changed an old one instead of the new one. And that's always the problem with the media. You have to be very careful with the media, not uploading several different ones. And also naming them correctly. So if I do, look already, there's one, there's another one. If I do www, it will have, these were swapped, but that means that it is hidden somewhere else, or it would have swapped out to this one, which was intended. So let me go ahead and correct that, and then I'll come back and share some more.